Bit about Last Stock Legends.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I think a lot of us already know a little bit about Last Stock Legends. So it's basically this video series where we are going to highlight certain events in Melee history. And kind of like the story. Oh, I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So it's gonna be a very, very quick story time, and then we will go into the Last Stock Legends trailer.
True.
But basically how Last Stock Legends started was, well, so according to Prague, I'm gonna take credit for this, but according to Prague, I made that hashtag friendly video, and at the end of that, there's like a sequence of clips of kind of like a very mini history of Smash. So I have like pictures of like the original TOs, like Matt DZ, for example, and clips from box montages from the like MLG days, and ooh, someone donated.
We just got 2 donations.
Oh,
What's up?
All right.
That's $20 closer to our goal. all right. Continue.
Well, so yeah, we yeah, in hashtag friendly at the end there was like a brief history of Smash, and there were just like a bunch of old clips, again with like the old TOs, old tournaments, old combo videos, and apparently a lot of people didn't know like what those even were, like Shine Blind, like Zelgadis, and I don't know, like the Ken days. Like a lot of people weren't really familiar with that type of thing, even though they saw the Smash documentary, right? Like the Smash documentary covered a lot of those high-profile players, but there were a lot of events that weren't covered in the documentary since, you know, there were years and years of history. So Prague kind of had the idea that, like, well, you know, it'd be a huge shame if these events were kind of just lost, and so, you know, that was the beginning of Last Stock Legends. And if you go to the Kickstarter, you know, he has like a little thing written there. No collection of history can be reduced to just a GIF. We're not just smashers, we're archivists, we're digital archaeologists. Right.
So, like, a big thing that speaks out to me about this project in particular, so many people within the scene, so much of the player population, so much of just the spectatorship of Smash exists after the documentary. We call them doc kids or like post-doc players or whatever. In addition to that, there are also so many players who are high level in other games who have started to really notice Melee, and they love watching Melee and like playing it for fun. And we have the potential to reach out to these people and really give them the opportunity to get to know more about the history than just the documentary, than just like following the path of the top players. Also following like the important moments that have happened in Melee history. And Last Stock Legends is the project that will like enable that to happen. It'll enable even more growth. It'll enable them to say, oh wow, the Melee community is not only cool, but it has this like deep and rich history. I want to know more about it than I did even before. Like I want to do more than just watch it here and there. I want to participate in it even. So I just, yeah. There's so much potential for a project like this to, again, increase the growth rate of the Smash community and just make ourselves more visible.
Yeah, totally agree. You know, I feel like we cover that actually pretty well. Do you want to just get to the trailer?
Yeah, I do. Let's show the trailer. Man, we're gonna show the trailer. We're gonna let that sink in for a minute, and then we're gonna tell you guys a little bit about the guy who is basically the workhorse.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, huh? Okay,
we'll call him the talent.
The talent.
Behind Last Stock Legends. And just so you guys know, yeah, we are gonna be doing as many net play matches as people are donating. Even if that takes us all night to get through everybody, we'll do it. But we're going to be starting that after we have a little discussion, or after we bring on Nick for a little while to, again, talk to us about the project.
Okay, so let's set this up.
Turn off the music. Yep. Make sure the volume on this is up. And then you're going to want to increase the volume over there, too.
Yeah, definitely. So right now, let's see. Dolphin. Oh, I want this. No. YouTube.
Nope.
Huh? It seems to
lose.
Yeah, it seems to lose it. Okay.
You're gonna set it back up.
Yeah,
all right.
that's
Give us
fine.
a second. We gotta set this back up.
Sorry, guys. I think we can do this.
Oh,
We can do it.
just.
Yeah.
That silhouette. That Prague silhouette.
So silent, huh? Must be very spooky right now.
I'm on the edge of my seat. What's to happen?
Okay. So I actually do want to check one thing because someone said they donated, and I just want to mention this. Please don't donate to Smash Practice or through our PayPal. Please donate to the Kickstarter, which again is in our title. We have like a Google shortened link that goes to a Google Doc with the Kickstarter, or you can just search Last Stock Legends Kickstarter.
So the reason for that, if you guys don't know, is that you will get the donator benefit, whatever it is, the level of donation that you want to put in. Again, we don't want to be the ones doing that. We want it to be directly from you. We want you to get the benefit out of doing it, whatever that might be.
Yeah. So if you guys do donate to the Kickstarter, please email us or please forward the email to us to smashpractice@gmail.com, and then we will promptly get to our net play matches or whatever it is. We don't have like all of the like donation ranges, like the benefits, kind of like decided out yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, $10, we'll play the set with you for sure. Anything above and beyond that, I mean, throw out suggestions and we'll say yes or no, and we'll just go from there.
But we definitely will do some net play matches today. That is for sure. So, okay, let's get to the Last Stock Legends Kickstarter preview.
Oh, I'm so excited. I already watched this once today, but I want to watch it again.
That might be too loud here.
They can turn it down.
So a while back, Zoom made this little video called Friendly, and in about 3 minutes and 18 seconds, thousands of people caught glimpses of a storied history of a game that many have grown to cherish. As the scene has grown and evolved, a lot of history is venerated by the older generation, but unknown to the regular audience. The average Twitch viewer, the new player, and of course the self-proclaimed Elon documentary kids. But how can you blame them? We get write-ups on tournaments, behind-the-scenes looks at players. Social media keeps us interacting 24/7. We know what this tournament is, we know what's at stake, and we all know how someone's life can change over one stock. What about those old videos that people once scoured DC++ for? Videos that people waiting for new homemade waffles uploads. Can we bridge that gap? You know there's an audience. I mean, everyone knows how the documentary went in terms of broadening the scope of Smash Bros. But is it possible to connect these dots long after a tournament's been finished? That's what Last Stock Legends hopes to do. We're not really just smashers, we're actually archivists. We are what we like to call digital archaeologists. We want to go back to some of these moments and talk to the people that were there, to show why it mattered then and how it impacted what we're doing today. But we can't do that without your help. This is a partnership with the community, and we know what great things happen when the community gets involved. EVO 2013, for example, documentary, Smash app, every time the community gets up to the plate, they hit a home run. That said, here's a little glimpse of what we're trying to do here, and I hope that you're so moved that you throw your wallet at the screen and realize that that doesn't work, so you're going to hit the button on our Kickstarter, and really just help us get this project going. There's so many great moments that are lost because they weren't on BG Bootcamp or Clash tournaments, but that doesn't mean that they're irrelevant. It means that we need to figure out even more about it.
So the Wombo combo, you know, I didn't really think that it was gonna be anything really, and let alone I didn't even know that it was a Wombo combo until a few days later. Isn't it weird that two of the guys Wombo comboed their other crewmate? The Wombo combo was actually intended for another guy. sometimes you're Sound Spectre and Tang, and sometimes you're just poor me. So strong.
I love that video. It gets me like on this like deeply emotional level. I watch all those clips and I'm just like, oh my god, I want it.
Dude, Prague is like a storyteller.
Master of his craft.
Yeah. I mean, he came up with the idea and I don't know, but even then, like just him talking about it, I feel like he can rally a lot of people for a good cause. I don't know if I don't feel like I could ever do the job that he did in that video. And he just apparently wrote up that script just like really quick, practiced it.
I mean, he's definitely talented, but on the other side of that, I feel like the Smash community is also very eager to do good things. So for somebody to come in with a good vision and to be able to express themselves in that way, they're not going to meet a whole lot of resistance from us, because we all want it to happen. We all want there to be these like pieces of like memorabilia, these things that we can look back on and be like, hey, we worked hard and we did this. So yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, and it's all just because of this one game that we just all happen to like. That's the thing that really ties us together, though, right? It's like the thing that matters so much, but also doesn't matter at the same time. It's because like we're still all homies outside the game, but it's the game that got us together in the first place. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so we are nearing our interview with Nick. Nick being again the what you said, the workhorse, the slave horse.
He's our workhorse. He's the talent. Whatever you want to call him, he is the guy who we have entrusted with this project. And we believe that if he is given the opportunity to do this, he is going to do amazing things for not just in creating these videos, but for the Smash community to really help us grow. So yeah, shout outs to Nick. We're going to tell you guys a little bit about him. So we met Nick because he had a school project to do, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how he reached out to us and what happened there.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Nick goes to, I forgot the name of the school, but he's studying film, and he had a project basically to do an interview with basically anyone, just interview someone. That was a school project.
And it's University of Valley Forge.
Valley Forge, there we go.
Yeah, I think so. I might be wrong there, but I'm taking a guess.
Wait,
sounds right.
Maybe it wasn't film. I think it was something more specific, like digital media or something like that.
Okay,
but regardless, yeah, he had a project to basically do like a video on where he interviews someone, and he reached out to me and Cactuar because he's really into Smash, and we are within the region. We're just like 45 minutes drive away. So he just contacted us one day, and we eventually just drove up and did our interview.
Yeah.
And so you know what? Let's just show that real quick.
Yeah, we can show the interview.
Yeah, as a testament to the quality. Like we can already see the quality in this Kickstarter video, but you know he did this video, and I think it's equally as high quality. So, all right, it's kind of weird. I feel like we're just playing videos of ourselves, but
it's to give you guys a little bit of a background. Like this is to build out the portfolio, so you guys know what you'd be paying for, know what you'd be contributing towards.
Yeah. And his passion for Smash is real. Like, at first I thought that, well, okay, maybe like, you know, he's just kind of into Smash and like, you know, it'd be like an opportunity to just like do something for fun. But no, like, okay, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I'll tell a little
video,
story,
yeah.
just to say. So, the first time that we sat down and played with Gangly Nick, Zoo and him played their first game, and Zoo just did his Zoo thing where he will mercilessly wreck you. That was fine. So like I didn't really think too much of it. But then I played a match with him, and the first thing that he did to me was get onto my shield and start double shining on me. And he didn't do that once against Zoo, so I was just completely taken off guard. Like this isn't just like a random guy who hasn't actually put in the time to get good at Melee either. It's just this is somebody who has seen the game, he has started playing the game, he has an appreciation for the game, and wants to incorporate this game and this community into the work that he is doing going forward. So yeah, let's show the video.
All right.
Everybody has their coolest.
Oh, sorry.
I'm so animated. I'm never that animated. I think I was just like nervous in front of the camera. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself.
We're gonna give our own commentary.
I'm gonna be self-conscious about it, so I'm just gonna mute us.
Everybody has their coolest thing in the world, but for us, that's Super Smash Bros. Melee.
I'm Julian Zhu. I go by Zhu. I'm 24 and I work at a software company in Philadelphia, and I am a professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player.
My name is Charles Min. I go by Cactuar. I am 27. I also work at a software company in Philadelphia, and I am a professional Super Smash Bros. Melee player.
So about a year ago, I moved from Northern California to Philadelphia for personal and professional reasons. I wasn't really familiar with the area, so I needed a little bit of help moving in and familiarizing myself with the area. I knew Charles here. I've met him once, I played him in tournament once, and I hung out with him a little bit, but I just needed some help to settle in, and thankfully he was there to help me out.
I feel like that's not like a unique thing to just me either. I feel like you could go anywhere in the world where there are Smash players, and that's going to be like all over Europe, all over South America, into Japan, anywhere in the US or Canada, and they will kind of like accept you with open arms. When I first got into playing Melee, I used to go down to the first floor of my dorm, and the guys in my dorm would just be playing the game, and they would be like, hey, come over and play this game, and I would just get wrecked. I would go back and I would practice, and I was working so hard to overcome the idea that I don't want to be the worst guy in the dorm. And that kind of like grew. I eventually became the best in the dorm, and then the best in the state. Over time I realized that the reason that I play, it changed from I just don't want to be the worst guy in the dorm to I just want to see how good everyone is.
I think the game and the community has really helped me deal with anxiety. For as long as I can remember, I've kind of struggled with public speaking and just expressing my thoughts in general. I think competing at these Smash tournaments, especially on a big stage where everyone is judging my every move, and I'm having these complex interactions with these really difficult opponents, has given me a lot of confidence in these type of things. And even if my anxiety is at, like this high on any given day, my desire to perform and compete and to express myself through this game is even higher than that, and that's really helped me deal with it.
I kind of take it for granted that I have something that can like push me to such a limit, that like it is always going to be there to challenge me, that there's this like incredible depth to it. Without Melee, I wouldn't have this way to connect with other people that have the same interest, and that is constantly pushing me to get better and better at this thing, this coolest thing in the world.
To summarize my 10-year career as a Smash player, I'd summarize it in saying, pursue your passions. Find your coolest thing in the world, because for me, Smash has enabled me to be the best that I can be, to give the most to myself and to others. And so, if you've already found it, keep at it, and if you haven't, keep searching for it.
Hashtag keep searching. So good.
Nick loves that one. when he was going over like the draft of it with us in the car, he got that down. So good.
But yeah, that's a little example of the work that Nick can do. He's only going to continue going as a digital media.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Fair. Okay, so we do want to introduce you guys to Nick, the one of the stars of this project. Yeah. Oh, music is too loud. Sorry guys. Sorry.
Oh, look at this guy. He looks a lot like Clark Kent. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he just unbuttoned his shirt, ripped it open a little bit, and there was just that big S underneath there. Look at this guy.
Wow, that does not zoom into the picture very much at all. But okay.
That's alright.
Yeah. So here we have Nick Gangley, DePasquale.
DePasquale?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm winging it.
Apple certified editor, freelance designer, marketing employee. Damn, that's like, I'm not even 3 things. He's got 3. For this project, I will be the director / associate producer, focusing mainly in the aesthetics of the project. Beyond that, I will be second editor and designer to John. Awesome. Now, we have a special video from Nick. Nick has a series called 60 Seconds with Nick.
Oh my god.
Where he just takes a topic and talks about it for 60 seconds. And, you know, there's no real way to really explain it except by showing it, right?
Yeah, there are no words.
No words.
There are only his words.
Okay, let me just get a... Oh. Okay. Let us...
I'm so excited to watch.
Yeah,
this.
I love these. I love these.
Did you have a specific one that you wanted to watch?
Yeah, I was thinking tattoos. Let me ask Nick. Birds.
We're listening to birds.
Birds, we're
All
listening
right.
to birds.
Birds.
Birds or tattoos. Birds. Alright, you guys ready for this? You guys ready?
This is incredible. I love these things.
Oh my god. Alright. And we'll turn this shit up.
Why is it difficult to mute?
You have to press and hold.
60 Seconds with Nick. About birds.
How many times are you walking around and you see a bird eating like a nickel or a penny or quarter, and you see them eating the coins? And so like if we do the math right here, like how many coins do you think there are? Like at least 100. And so how many birds have you seen the past 2 days? I've seen like 3. And so my math's right. That means every bird's got to have like at least like 100 quarters in them. That would make you so rich. So if all the birds have all the coins, they're going to be so heavy, they're going to be flying so low to the ground. And so if they're flying so low to the ground, they're easy plucking. So you pluck them out of the sky, rip them open, easy cash money. You know what I mean? We take all the quarters, and now we don't even have any birds.
Alright. So yeah, one more?
Do you guys want to listen to one more?
One more?
We'll listen to one more.
One more?
Alright, we're gonna listen to one more.
One more?
Yeah.
One more? I think the chat likes
I wanna do one more.
One more. One more.
Tattoos. Doesn't actually. There we go. Wait, what?
"60 Seconds with Nick." About
Tattoos. My mom's always been just so helpful growing up. Like, she always has so many nice things to say and to tell me what to do, but you know, she never told me that I need to come up with a good tattoo idea. And I think that's important to do, because if I'm not going to do it for myself, my mom's not going to do it because she didn't even tell me to. So the idea is, it's a newspaper right on my chest. And on the newspaper is a picture of a boy, and he's sitting atop of a horse, and next to the horse is me. And the newspaper reads, "Young boy hero saves child from horse and fire. Everybody wants to be his friend now." And that's what my mom never told me to do, but I did it anyway.
Just like that?
Yeah, just
What?
double click it. Double click it, man.
I thought I did that.
Alright, so that's Nick in a nutshell. He's our trusted leader.
We have a lot of faith in this guy.
Yeah.
Based on these videos.
All right.
Alright, let's call him up.
Yeah, let's get him on. Let's talk to Nick.
Maybe he'll tell us a little bit more about his tattoo ideas.
Yeah, right? Okay, let's call him up.
That's a good picture.
Great picture. Oh, music mad loud. Sorry guys, sorry. Yo!
Alright, we gotta set him up a little bit so we can get this picture. What is going on here? Oh, I see. I have no sound. We have no sound of you. Oh shoot, is that our fault?
Let's see.
I blame Julian somehow.
Sound? I don't know if we can hear you, Nick.
We probably should have tested this before we started streaming. Now
You know what it is? It's probably this. Here.
Audio settings.
Yeah. We got this. We got this. I have it. I have it.
You had
I have
it
it.
set.
Got it?
Got it.
Oh,
got it.
That was
got
totally
it.
his fault.
Got
That
it.
was totally our
Alright.
fault.
Hype.
How's it going, guys?
What's up,
Dude, what's up? How's the audio for you guys? Oh, this is weird because we're talking to the chat, but we're talking to you.
I feel like we should drag him down a little bit over here.
Am I loud?
No, is that fine? All right. No, yeah, it's good for us. I don't know if it's
Alright.
good for the chat yet, but
No, that should be about right, I think.
No. Yeah, so Nick, it's been a little while since you and I have talked. I'm sure you've been talking with Julian, but yeah, tell us your perspective on Last Stock Legends.
Okay. Well, I kind of liked when you were talking about it before. When you were talking about Last Stock Legends, you were talking about like the documentary kids, and it really allows an outlet for people who haven't been a part of the scene for so long to learn about those things. I feel like I'm most qualified to talk about that because I am a documentary kid. You know,
Hey.
I'm someone who came in, watching last January. I watched the documentary. And hear about all these stories that you have no idea about, and you see the depth in a community that you would have never thought had something like that. So when I've gotten a chance to talk to Prague a good amount of times about this project, and I think that the biggest thing that I really like about Last Stock Legends is that it's not a single storyline. It's not just one entity. It's like we are trying to take something that is not just a game, it's a moment, a story, a person, all these different things, and talk about them when a lot of people have no idea. Like, for instance, in the documentary, they talked a little bit about Bach, and they talked about him being the forerunner for media in the community. But we never really got to hear his side of the story. I personally, like someone who finds themselves very rooted in media, I want to know what it's like to be the first person to bring a camera to a tournament, to make a montage, to show what it's like. Before those people were in the dark about what it's like at a tournament. I don't know what people could have thought about them before seeing a video like that. So I think my biggest thing about Last Stock Legends is that I love that it's uncovering things about the community that go beyond the game, they go beyond the TV. We're learning about stories and people as well.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Like, thinking about the Smash documentary, it's more, the plot of the Smash documentary is all about the progression of who the top players were throughout the history of Smash. And this isn't about like the top players, but just the moments that were like really meaningful to the players who have been there all along. So yeah, I love the idea. I love it.
So I kind of want to. Oh.
Well,
No.
All right.
Well,
I was just gonna say.
yes.
This.
Yeah. No. Yes, I'm agreeing. You were gonna say.
I'm gonna mute our mic and then
Yeah.
you can just.
what I was gonna say is completely unrelated to what we're talking about right now. I was just gonna say that I appreciate that you guys showed an episode of 60 Seconds with Nick. That's all I was gonna say.
2 episodes. Two
And I love
episodes.
the response that people gave to it. It's about what I expected from the Birds episode. The best was it instantly starts and people are just like, I've never seen that. That doesn't happen.
What he's describing, I've never personally witnessed.
I've looked since having seen that the first time, and I've been on the lookout for just, birds weighted down with change that I could just pluck from the ground and treat like a coin purse.
Cash money.
It just
Right.
hasn't happened. Hasn't happened yet. That's the
Yeah.
important
No,
thing.
it'll come.
Oh man.
You were gonna ask a question though?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go back to when we first started this project, and I don't know how well you remember this, but we were shooting for the coolest thing in the world, and again, like for me, I kind of knew about Prog's project. I was in the Facebook chat, and I put up some of the matches and whatnot, but the project got stalled for months and months and months, and it seemed like we just didn't have like a media guy or like a director, someone to lead the execution of the project. So I thought, well, okay, you're doing this interview for us. Maybe Nick would be interested in this project. So in my mind, I was like, well, okay, here's a long shot. I'll just throw it out there and see what happens. But like again, I just mentioned it briefly, and I didn't think that anything would happen. I didn't think you'd be interested. So what was your first impression when you kind of like heard the 5-second sales pitch?
Well, I remember the first time you said anything about it, we were in Starbucks. And it was the first time,
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
I
first
forgot
time
that.
I had ever met either of you guys, right? And in my mind, like, I mean, I was like starstruck because I'm at Starbucks with Zoo and Cactuar right now, and then you mentioned this idea of like there's a video project and we could go to Evo or CEO or something. And you mentioned the idea like yes, maybe we can like do a fundraiser. We'll fly you out. And in my mind, I was so overwhelmed with the project at hand, with like the with the coolest thing in the world. I remember telling you like, this is amazing, but just tell me about it later. Like I remember, like I can't think about this right now. I mean, yeah, right from the start, I really, really wanted to be involved. Like having the chance to work on in media in general is something that I love, and if there's any way that I can, use that skill set in the Smash community, that's just even better. And I would say that having the chance to do Last Stock Legends it's kind of interesting because it's a growing experience in both facets. Both like as someone who is interested in media and someone who's just joining the community. Pretty much like once you mentioned the idea to me, I kind of wanted to take that and grab hold of it, just never let go. Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's like the perfect opportunity for a creative where it's like you have all of these people who have these stories that they're so passionate about, but you also get the chance to like express yourself and express your ideas with those as just kind of like one of the many tools, one of the many things that we're handing. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed with the idea of just seeing these things happen, and if they're done like even half as well as 60, they're the coolest thing in the world. I can only see good things happening.
So for me, like I've made a few videos, right? I've made like Happy Feet, and I made like the friendly video, and
Yeah.
like so at the time I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do some like cool video stuff for the community, and that's gonna be really cool. But then I started hanging out with you and like Tom and like all these other guys, and I'm like, holy shit, I am like scrub-tastic, like. I do not know anything.
You gotta learn how to wave dash still. When
Yeah.
It comes to digital media.
Because
Honestly,
you were
though-
saying that you're hoping to get the quality of this series to be something that can be showed on like as like an HBO documentary. Like that's the words that you use, and I'm like, I was shocked.
John Cartega, who's also on the project with us. He and I, when we had like the initial group meeting, like the Skype call for Last Stock Legends, he and I talked for a couple hours afterwards. And I remember, like, we were talking. We said like, the only way we want to like do this project is if people can see this project on Netflix or on something like that, and see it as a comparable documentary. Like, neither one of us are really in this to cut corners. Obviously, like with funding and stuff, we are limited to what we can do, but people have made better things with less money and less resources, and that it comes down to how creative you can be, and more importantly, how good your story is. And I think the story that we have, I mean, is definitely a really, really good story to tell.
Yeah.
Real quick though, I do remember. I forget what you just said. One of you just said something that kind of triggered it in my mind. But I remember when you had mentioned the idea of Last Doc Legends to me, one of the things that I was stressing out so much over was just like, please do not let me screw up this coolest thing in the world video.
Oh,
and
man.
I remember there was a whole thing where like we were trying to find the music track because I needed like a non-copyrighted one, and it took me like we were launching at noon, and then we had to push back because I didn't have a track, and then it was like 4 p.m. or something. We had to keep pushing it back and back, but I mean, it worked out in the end.
We were really happy with it.
Yeah. So I just wanna talk to the chat real quick. So clearly we have a pretty dedicated team. I think since the time we started, we've gone up $70. So let me update that.
Nice.
So not a crazy amount, but every bit helps. We still have 8 days, which is a good amount of time, but we want to get there. Again, the Kickstarter, just by donating to the Kickstarter, you look on the right, there are some fantastic rewards already there. But on top of that, if you guys do want to donate or help this Kickstarter, please forward the email to us, and we'll do some net play. And if you guys do, some of the higher amounts, we will be at your disposal, because we haven't really come up with anything right now. So let's say, if you put in
I mean, even if the chat wanted to come up with donation goals, if we hit 50, 100, that's only $25 more. If you guys get a little bit creative, we might take some suggestions on goals. So there's plenty of room here.
Yeah.
They can pick a topic for the next 60 seconds with Nick.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Actually,
That's
it is on a
one.
hiatus. I released 5 episodes, and then every single time I would release one, it would get less and less views. So it kind of died out.
Dude, at what dollar range? If we hit a certain dollar range within the next hour, what would that be for you to do another 60 seconds with Nick?
Oh man.
I mean, at 5,500, we're doing the men's fashion tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we how about if we hit 5,200?
All right.
So that's 130.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if we do that, then I'll release a 60 seconds with Nick episode about whatever the chat picks as their topic.
We'll pick one of the random people or we'll pick randomly amongst the people that submit their receipts for having donated in the next hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until we get to that point. Yeah.
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 All right.
I feel like this could get really ugly. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. I think that's mostly what we wanted to cover. Is there anything else that you wanted to say about the project?
Actually, I have a question before we do wrap up kind of stuff, and it's
Okay.
if this video, or I mean, if this series gets funded and you get the chance to complete all of these things, what do you personally want to be saying with it? Not just each of these individual stories, but what do you want to see as the result of having done this job well? And I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think a couple people know about this. Prague's talked about it, but one of the things that's really interesting is that Prague has compiled, with the help of whoever it is that's done it with him, a list of 90 or so stories. I think one of the things that I was kind of drawn to was the idea that there are 90 stories out there, and obviously even more, that I don't know a single thing about, I think that what I really want to see out of this project is people who have a passion for Smash. I consider myself a good example of this, where I know I have a passion for the community, you know, but I wasn't there when it happened. And that moment's gone. But it doesn't mean that we can't learn about it. What I want this project to do is allow people to either relive that or at least have an outlet to learn about a moment that has influenced the game that they love so much, that's influenced the community that they've become so much a part of. I think if we could create a project that could make somebody feel a part of a moment that they actually didn't have anything to do with, then we've done the project correctly.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Okay.
beautiful. All right.
All right, yeah. So it's really, because we are two participants, right? So we got to make sure that we also do our job and make everyone feel like they were there in the moment. When I got wombo comboed, when you beat up Dark Rain.
Is that one of them? I suggested that one as a joke, but if that's one of them, I'll talk about it, because there's actually like a lot of history that goes into that one. There's a lot of like training and hard work that went into it between myself and Scar, and a lot of hurt feelings over how badly I beat up Falcon. So yeah, I didn't realize I was actually on the list.
Dude, it's interesting because, again, that match, like, it's a single match. But that one match changed the way people saw Falcon and Fox. Like, for some reason, that one match, like, seriously, like, it's just one match. But again, like, it's not even like, it wasn't like a shiz-whiz comeback or anything, or it wasn't like you did like some 20xx thing like in the past. It was just you just beat him up with just Nair. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was the creation of Nair planing.
Nair planing.
Nair planing. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but
So
there's lots of moments like that, and hopefully everyone will do a good job as well.
I'm excited about it. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, we got another $20 donation. Let's go.
Dang.
Awesome.
Let's
Dude,
go.
it's looking like 60 Seconds with Nick is getting a revival. I'm
Revival
really
is
excited
happening.
about that.
Dude, we're gonna have to do 60 minutes with Nick, probably.
I don't have the stamina.
Dude, you can do it.
Just talk for 60 minutes straight about I have no idea what it'd be impressive for sure.
Yeah.
All right, is there any like parting words that you want to put out there before we start trying to take these these donator net play matches, or whatever it is that they want us to do? It doesn't have to be net play matches. They can make suggestions and we'll do whatever. Anything that you want to say?
Well, I really want to thank everyone who is watching the stream and is considering donating. Thank you to everyone who did donate through the stream and before that as well. I really do believe in this project, and I really hope that, you know, if you don't know me well enough to believe in me, then I really do hope that the people that we've associated this project with will encourage you to believe in it. I really think that we have something with potential here. And even if you have like the slightest bit of consideration for it, I really encourage you to take some time thinking about it and see, you know, what you want to see out of this project as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. I don't think anyone has doubts over you, because someone in the chat, DJ Kai Time, just said, "We love you, Nick." Big capital letters.
Thank you.
Yeah, there we
Love
go.
you too.
Full confidence, I think.
Awesome.
All right, dude.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep,
we'll
no
see
problem.
you soon.
We will talk soon.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Take care. Oh, that was fun.
Dude, Nick is the best. I'm so happy every time I see him, because he always has this like really genuine smile. Like, he's just excited in every moment ever. I hope he brings that same like level of enthusiasm to this project, and I know for sure that he is going to. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Dude, definitely.